Hi, my name is Brian Dixon, and this is my first video on YouTube. And I'm going to show you how to put on an illuminating badge on the E65. Here's the badge. I've taken some of this stuff off already. I've taken where the badge was, and I've taken the grommets out. All you have to do to take that out is just use a pry tool. You might want to put some tape. You might want to put some tape around here so you won't scratch the hood of your car. And then it'll pry straight up. It only has the two posts going into the grommets. After you pull that out, pull the grommets out with some needle nose pliers. And here's the needle nose pliers that I used, just in case you don't know what needle nose pliers are. All right. Now, after I did that, I took my grill off, and I will show you how to put that back on. Let me take my wire. The grill will have 4 screws. And you will need, I'm not sure what this is. A T30. You need a T30. I don't know if that's in focus or not. T30. Here. 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 Move my light, adjust my light. And here. Okay. There's also 4 other screws that go into the back of it, and I will show you that when I put it back on. But you just unscrew all of those screws and it will come straight down. This is one thing I had to do. If you watch other videos on YouTube, right in this area, oh, another thing, I had to take this off. This is what goes right here. That goes right there. That's for to lift your trunk up. I had to take that off. Just the 2 screws. These 2 screws here. That was for that. And so I'm thinking I will have a hole here. Well, I don't. And there's some gaps here, but guess what? When I shine the light through this grommet, I didn't see my light. I cut the lights off in the garage. I didn't see my light. So what I did was I took a small drill bit, very small, not big at all, about as wide as the tip of this. Ain't no wider than that. Very small. And what I had to do is I drilled from the top here, from the left side grommet, drilled down and came out right here. Just a small hole. I didn't have a choice. I could not see my wire, couldn't get my wire through. A lot of BMWs will have holes here, but none of those were E65s. So that was a little different and no one has a video putting this badge on the E65 either. So I'm gonna get my wire ran and I will be right back. And then I'll show you how I ran everything. Okay, we're back. Just for a brief moment. I just want to show you this right quick. I ran some wire. It's going to be long enough. I'm going to bring that wiring all the way over to here. Then I'll end up splicing it. And I bring my wire down. And I got it tucked up under the heat. I wanted to put it in these holes. I seen a guy do that to his, but again, I could not fish that all the way over to this spot. So I was left with running it under here with a fish tape. I use a fish tape. That's why you see this orange. That's fish tape. And then I ran it down, left slack. I left slack back there because you got to open and close your hood. Ran it up under this rubber. And I'm going to tuck it. I'm going to put it all the way down on this wiring that leads all the way down. Let's see if I can show you that, where I'm going to splice it. This wire right here, this is the wire right here that I believe is going to my side marker right here to light up my fog lights. And that's where I want it. So that way when I cut my fog lights on, my badge will come on. So I just got to cut into that tape, put one side to power and one side to ground. I have to find there's a bolt right there. There's a bolt right here. I'm trying to position my camera so you can see that bolt. Move my fat fingers out the way. Move this out the way. You might be able to see that bolt. Here it is. See that bolt right there? That's where I'm gonna ground it to. One side to ground, one side to power. I don't want to splice both of those wires. All right. I don't mean to keep coming back and forth, but I'm gonna pause it here and I'm gonna get everything hooked up. You might, well, I ain't gonna say you might, unless you're lucky. You need a little fish tape. I don't know. So I got a little piece of fish tape right here, and I'm gonna take that through this hole right here, that hole, and come up on top of this grommet, in this hole, this grommet. And then I'm going to pull my wire through on the BMW badge. I roughen this up a little bit, this surface up a little bit. So the 3M tape, make sure I had all the dirt and everything off. Once I get that done, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to show you this right quick. I ran this fish tape up from the trunk, I don't know why I'm calling it trunk, the hood. This is the hood. I know I called it trunk earlier, excuse me. ran it up and fed it through here on the top. This is what we're using right here. Don't pay this. I got this sticking in the hole so this won't slide out. And again, here's my badge. I need a camera person, to be honest with you. I can't. I need both hands. So that's why I keep pausing the video. What we're going to do is I'm going to tape the end of this onto here. I'm going to tape this on here and then pull it through. Once I pull it through, it's going to come through here. Then I'm going to splice it onto these wires. It doesn't matter what color you use for tip and ring. On this one, red is hot, positive. The black is negative. So I'm just going to use the white for positive and the blue for negative. Whatever colors you use, it doesn't matter. As long as you know and keep track of what you're putting on positive, what you're putting on ground. I'll be back. Thank you. Okay, I got my wire through. Badge will sit like this. May have to adjust that wire because that's not going to lay flat, so I have to adjust that wire. That's how it's gonna look once I get everything together. Get it taped down. So I'm gonna get these wires crimped together. I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I have my wires together, twisted them, and I have heat shrink over it. I'm gonna heat it up. Do it. All right, all I have to do is splice it into the fog light, which I showed you earlier. Just this wire that I have sticking up right there that you can see right there. That wire that's sticking straight up. I'm gonna go into that wire. I'm gonna tuck this, get this tucked in, and get my badge secured where it's nice and get it nice in place, and then tuck this wire. I may have to put a piece of tape lining up around here. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna put my grill in. Maybe I can hide this wire up under the grill once I get it in. Up to this point over here, that grill's gonna stop along this, you know, somewhere around this point right here where my finger is. And so once that happens, then I could put a piece of tape over here, piece of duct tape, clean that up. All right, be back. All right, before I put this grill back on, I just kind of got it lined up. If you can see, the whole screw goes there. Another screw in here. And right behind, you see that right there? That's where there's another one. And then there's one down here, right there. That's where, hope you can see that. Right back here. There's another one right here. I know my light is not the best, but I'm gonna screw this on. I'm gonna tuck my wire up under there. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna pinch. And I seem to be just missing. I cut that just right. Look at that. That hole. Just right. Then I gotta put some silicone in there. Seal that up. I'll be back. Okay, I got 2 screws in there just to hold the grill. Should be a black screw there, black screw on this end. You got to make sure that when you put this grill on, though, back on, you make sure you angle it up to make sure it fits in this gap, and make sure that. All right, sorry about that. I may have the malfunctioning battery, but anyway, this is the BMW badge. I got it stuck in place. Now we need to splice. And again, there's my wire right there. I'll cut into that, splice. I'm gonna tuck my wire all along here with these wires. Tuck it all the way down. Cable tied on there. That is my wire going to my fog light. All right. I don't have a cameraman, so I have to get you back. But this is again, I'll show you the screw. It's a black screw, and I don't have these screws in yet, but they're coming. And then there's that screw. And here was the one I was trying to show you earlier. That those are these screws right here. There's 4 of these screws that go in there. And for some reason, I couldn't get that off unless I took those 4 screws off. And I don't see how they even have any effect on, well, yes they do. They tuck into, I think they tighten it up right here. Tighten these up. This kidney on the top, chrome to the frame. So first I couldn't get that off. And of course this, of course this right here, he's gonna go right there. This way actually. I had it backwards because this has to be sticking out of here. So they go on right here like that. I'm sorry, I'm a little sloppy with the camera, but I'll show you when I get it. But that is these 2 gray screws. 2 big gray screws, same T30. And these take that tool right there, and that is a size 6. Size 6. To put on that, put that screw back in. This is what you need. Size 6 hex tool. I think that's what they call it. If not, correct me in the comments. I'll be back. All right, here's the wiring. Let me show you the finished product first. That's what it looks like. I just got my fog lights on. I don't have my headlights on. I hooked up to the fog lights. Looks good. Real good. Now, I told you earlier, now I moved this breather out of the way. This breather right here. 1 screw. That little gray screw right there. Actually, there's 2 of them, but I can't find one. One of them's gone, so oh well. But anyway, this is the, right here, this is a turn signal. That's a turn signal wire. And as you can see, I got it spliced in. It looks like black, yellow. And then I grounded up here because I'm gonna move that ground to over here on the side, like I said. But for right now, I just wanted to plug it in. And I don't know if you can see back in the corner where this plugs in at. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the original wire that I said to hook it up to, but don't, because that goes to your turn signal. But the connection to this is back here. Let me feel it. I'm sorry, it's right here. I don't know if you can see my finger. It's right there. It plugs in there. Let me plug that in, I'll get back with you. All right. Let me show you that. It took a minute to get that thing back in there. And you can see where I spliced it right there. Just tucked everything in. Here, I need to cut my leads off. But the product is very nice. Very nice. I gotta put my air box back, and after I do that, that's gonna conclude this video. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. Thank you. Just wanted you to see a finished product. Yep. That's gonna be it. If anyone knows where I can find a tag for the back, because that's bigger than the one that's going in the back, please leave me a comment and thank you.